Fellow mechanic here. So I got my kayak outside today because it's a beautiful day and I figured I'd take it for a spin. So what it is, the base of it is a Lifetime Teton angler that I bought at Dick's Sporting Goods for, don't remember how much, but it wasn't too much. But what I liked about it is this seat here. That's really what sold me on this boat. It folds up, it comes out, it's got this nice mesh, aluminum frame, really nice seat, and I said, I think I can do something with that. So I have since modified it. And let's start at the back here. So what I've done is added this kind of rail system. I've deleted the fishing pole holders because I don't fish. I put an aluminum plate there, another one there, and that holds the front of this rail. And it comes back, and I have another aluminum plate that screws right to the top of the hull. That gives me a transom mount to either put a trolling motor or this rudder I built. So this rudder system I fabricated, and I made the rudder itself is basically a plank of wood that I've sanded and fiberglassed. But the rod in here is the fiberglass rod or the carbon rod that is off that Minn Kota 50-pound trolling motor, and I trimmed it down on a previous project, so I was left with, about a foot, and I just had that in my scrap bin and grabbed it for this project because it's the same diameter and it fits through the diameter in there, and the clamp fits. But a couple parts I machined is this part right here, and that's my steering mechanism where the two cables attach to, and then I made this up here which holds a little pulley right there that actuates the get my shadow out of the way. You pull on that and it actuates the lock, which actually holds it up and holds it down. The problem I was having was when you go full lock, this thing would kick up, and so I had to reinstall that lock there, is why this exists. So when I launch it, I can put it down from the seat. But the way this works is I have essentially a string on either side here. And the string is attached to a bungee, which keeps my tension. And then the string runs all the way up here to an eyelet to a handle. And I have two handles. I got one here and one here. And so if I pull right like this, I turn right. And if I pull left with this handle, it turns left. So that's how I steer this. If I get in the shallow water, I can pull this string and the rudder comes up like that. And if I pull it again, it goes down. So it's one string, one hand up or down on that. So that works really well. And another thing I like about this boat is a big cargo area. And I have a kind of a waterproof bag that I stick here and put all my stuff in it. Bungees hold it down. 10 feet long overall. And I think I want to say over 2 feet wide. So it's a nice, comfortable boat, big enough for me. And Penny, where would she sit? She would sit back here, so I actually did take my dog. But propelling this is the unique part. And I've added this crank to it. So as you can see, it's attached to the front of the seat via this aluminum bar. That's another advantage of the seat. It has this nice mount on the front. But that is a stem off a mountain bike that I've cut welded, and I welded this tube on here. And then it has a cross brace that goes into these little divots that are molded into the boat, so it just sits in there perfect. So this boat was made for this setup. But what I did have to do is cut a big hole in the bottom, and the big hole in the bottom allows my drive to go all the way through down there. Okay, so when I pedal this like this, the propeller turns. And so what I've made, just from some leftover bicycle parts, is essentially just a standard crank, single speed crank down to a cassette that I've taken all the gears except 3 so I can adjust it. And then it comes down to, I don't know if you can see it here, get the camera in here. Comes down to a ring and pinion right there. And then that goes straight down to the outdrive, comes down here to a bevel gear out to the prop. And the ratio of this was kind of a guess, but that's why I left the 3 gears here so I could kind of pick a gear. But the ratio I found on this guy is, let's see here, that's a 46 coming down to a 22. So that's my main reduction. 46 to a 22. And then these right here, that's a 12 little pinion gear and a 53, I believe, right there. And then it's a 1-to-1 on the bottom. And the prop I'm using is off a model aircraft. So that's just, you go to the hobby store and buy these. And it's a 14-inch diameter by 10 pitch. But I've trimmed the tips of it down about a 1/4 inch on either side, so it's essentially a 1310. But I started with a 1410. But I found that the pitch is good and the diameter is good. I went with a smaller diameter and a lighter pitch blade, but it didn't have enough bite. I was just spinning and spinning and spinning and wasn't really going anywhere. But I found that the bigger you go, the more resistance you have, the more grab you have in the water, the faster you can go. But it's like, it's kind of like pedaling uphill all the time. So I found the 1310 and this gear ratio is a good combination for cruising, a little bit of top end speed, but it doesn't really, wear you out like the really big prop would. Everything's aluminum on it, so I don't get any corrosion. All the fasteners are stainless, so again, no corrosion. But I built this gearbox, I built all this, machined all that, welded it all together. Anyway, but this was an experiment to see if I can make a boat that I could pedal. And my dad has a Hobie, I think it's a Mirage, or it's got the Mirage drive in it with the 2, I don't know how they move, but they go back and forth like this. And he goes pretty quick. So my goal was to make one as fast as his, and I think I've got it. We have yet to do like an official drag race, but I think this thing will keep up with it. Top speed I've gotten it up to is just a little bit over 5 miles an hour. It doesn't sound like much. 5.2 I think was the actual number, but the hull is kind of a dog. Very not hydrodynamic at all. Really meant for stability and fishing and going slow. It is not a fast kayak, which really wasn't the goal. It was just to kind of get out there and be as fast as Pops, but I'm not going to break any water speed records on it. But being powered by my feet, I can pretty much go all day long. I do carry a paddle with me just in case, I throw a chain or break a prop or do something like that. But I can paddle it as fast as I can, I can pedal it as fast as I can paddle it. Piece of cake, easy. Just, I don't know the cadence on it, but it's really about like this. But I'll show you on the water. It's probably a little bit slower, probably like that. It's as fast as I can paddle it. Well, yeah, what do you think? We take it out on the water and see how it goes. Let's do that. All right, here we are out on the lake. And just for comparison, I'm going to start this video with me paddling this boat. So I have the rudder up, the drive is down, you can see it moving the cranks. But I am paddling here just to give you a reference of an average speed. So let's just say, arms are getting tired. Let's put this paddle away, come over here, drop the rudder, let me grab my steering controls, and here we go. Cruising right along. Moving at a good clip. Much faster than I can paddle it. My arms are free. You can just put these down. It's going to maintain a straight heading. But you can see my cadence is relatively low compared to a bike, which is comfortable for me in this position. But we're moving. I can pretty much maintain this speed all day. Let's see how she handles. So, grab these. Let's get it untangled here. Let's do a hard left. Pivots right around. Pretty good. Some more speed. Do a hard right. She's right there. Alright. Alright, let's try a high-speed run here. Let's go downwind a little bit. Right there. Alright, I gotta brace myself. There we go, let's try this. See how the bow picks up? That's all I got right there. There's my wake. As you can see, it goes fast, but the hull is just draggy. It just plows. Front picks up a little bit and the back sinks. It's just not that efficient. So anyway, but I think it goes pretty good for what it is. So I'm happy with it. But just like anything else, there's always better or faster. Maybe we just need more power. But anyway, hope you guys like this video and you like the projects that I'm doing. I do enjoy your viewership and your comments. And please subscribe. And thank you for watching.